morning. Are you ready to go across the world? You see my globe? This is a very old globe. I used this when your mama was in school, when I was homeschooling her. And when Paul was a little kid, this was his. Now, you see how the earth is sitting. It's kind of sitting sideways, tilted. That's because the earth does tilt. That's how we get our seasons. Now, let's find where we are. Okay. We live right here. This is North America. We live in North America, and we're going to go to Pakistan, India, and Turkey. So we'd have to go all the way across the Atlantic, all the way over Spain and France and Italy and Yugoslavia, and then Turkey is right there. You can't see it because it's too blurry. Turkey's right there, and Pakistan and India are right over here. So if this is Turkey, Pakistan and India is right over here. So we're going to be in the section of the world called the Middle East and Asia. Let me put this back. So we're going to take a ferry this week. We're going to look at some pictures of a ferry. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get our pages out and be ready. We're going to be on page 69, 70, 71, and 72. So make sure you have your pages out and ready, okay? Let's get started. All right, here we are on our first page. We're going to fit to width here so we can look and see at these pictures a little bit more closely. Look at this beautiful place. Can you pronounce that name? Jorasanko Thakkerbari. That's a pretty place, isn't it? Lots of plants and things to take care of. We're going to hop on the ferry. We're going to go to India, Turkey, and Pakistan. Something wonderful you'll find the more you travel is that though people at first seem different, we're all very much alike too. Even though we speak different languages, we speak about the same things. We speak about our family, food, things we enjoy doing. In India, there are two main languages spoken, English and Hindi. Another important language here is called Bengali. One of the oldest written languages in the world is called Sanskrit, and Hindi and Bengali both come from that ancient language. One of the most celebrated writers of the Hindi language is Premchand Munshi. This is what his name looks like in the Hindi language. Look at this right here. That's how you would write his name if you were writing in the ancient Hindi language. How would you like your name to be spelled like this? A very famous writer of the Bengali language is, how do you pronounce this? Rabindranath Tagore. You can visit Jorasanko Thakkerbari, his birthplace, and a wondrous mansion that's been transformed into the Rabindra Bharati Museum of Jorasanko with a big library and more. Whoa, these are hard to pronounce. Do you see this? This is a ferry. Now, ferries come in all different shapes and sizes. A ferry is a floating barge that goes from one side of a river to the other. And it's a way, sometimes it's small and you can just get a few people over. Sometimes it's really big and flat where you can get a lot of cars and trucks over. Sometimes they put animals to get them over. Sometimes it's big so you can put lots of people on. Ferries come in all shapes and sizes. All right, let's look at the next page. All right. Let's see. Let's fit to width. All right, look at this place here. This is the Hazardwari Palace. When you get a chance, visit the Hazardwari Palace in Murshidabad, India. Murshidabad. They finished the beautiful building in 1837. The name means one with 1,000 doors. And it really has 1,000 doors. But 100 of them are fake. And they say they put 100 fake doors in there just to fool the possible thieves. Look at this place here. This is called the Hawa Mahal. It's a palace. And its name No, it didn't say its name here. Yeah. It's the Palace of the Winds is what it's also called. It's in Jaipur, India. It was built in 1799. And the reason this was built is because women who were in royalty, like kings and queens, they weren't supposed to be seen in the public. So that it was built so that they could look out, but nobody could see them. But it's not like that anymore. Look at this lovely picture of these huge mountain ranges. We're moving on to the country of Turkey. In the eastern part of Turkey, there's a very tall mountain, almost 17,000 feet tall, and it's called Agri Dagi, Mountain of Sorrow, or Agri Dagi. I don't know how you say it. But the best name that you might know it better by is Mount Ararat. It's close to Armenia and Iran. Have you ever heard Mount Ararat? Well, it's thought to be the area where Noah's Ark finally came to rest after the Great Flood. The Bible talks about Mount Ararat. You can read about that in the book of Genesis. Look at this page. Look at this girl. And this lady here, they're at the beach. They're near the beach. I think that's the water out there that you see. And she's preparing what she's drinking. It's a drink called raw or roh. R-O-H is how you spell it. And they're drinking it. On we go to the country of Pakistan. Many country names can mean something in the language of the people there. So if Pak means pure and Stan means land, what do you think Pakistan means? Well, it means land of the pure. In the Persian and Urdu languages spoken here. Urdu is the name of the national language of Pakistan, although the official language is actually English. Other languages spoken include Saraiki, Punjabi, Pashto, and Balaki. If you come when it's warmer, you're going to see a lot of people drinking something called raw or roh. That's actually sugarcane juice. It's said to be the national drink of Pakistan. Do you think that looks good? Kind of looks like apple juice maybe a little bit, just maybe that it's cold or something to keep her cool perhaps. Here's another ferry. This is a different kind of ferry. This one's taking over a car. You see the signs over here, and this is a road. So that means back over on the other side where the person's standing taking the picture, they must be on the other side. So the only way to get across is to take a ferry across. Look at the next page. Look at this picture of this place. Wow. This is called the Sancta Sophia. This is inside the Sancta Sophia. Sometimes it's called the Hagia Sophia. It's in a place called Istanbul, Turkey. And it was once considered the greatest church in the Christian world. The name means holy wisdom. And it was started in AD 532 by the Roman Emperor Justinian. And then it became a mosque in 1453. A mosque is where Muslim people worship. Then finally it became a museum in 1935. It still has images that teach about Jesus and the gospel. This word right here, gospel, means good news. Do you know what the good news is? The good news is that Jesus was crucified, he died, and he was buried, but he rose again the third day according to the scriptures. That's the gospel, and that we can be saved. Now this is a picture of the Sancta Sophia outside. This is inside and this is outside. Isn't that a lovely place? Wow. Here's another ferry. Now this is a different kind of ferry. This is a big ferry where they don't take cars over, they take a lot of people over. So it would be like a big river area they'd have to take people over. You see this city back there? Big city back there. And there they have a flag. All right. So what were some of the favorite things that we learned about today that you liked? I liked this palace that had 1,000 doors. This palace right here, but 100 of them were fake. Oh, and I also like learning about Mount Ararat where Noah's Ark was. That's really cool. That's my favorite. Now, your assignment today is to write one thing on your thankful page that you are thankful for. Okay? And we'll take up our reading tomorrow. That's all for today.